Hello and welcome to this short presentation where we're going to talk through the process of completing a safety report at VNE Aviation. Before we do that though, I thought it was worth highlighting the types of reports that exist and types of reports that you might want to submit. So these are often referred to as occurrence reports, near misses, hazards and health and safety reports. So let's have a look at them. So an occurrence or an occurrence report is based on any safety related event that's happened and affected or could have affected the safety of a flight. A near miss is an event where an unsafe situation developed but was resolved before causing harm or damage. And so ultimately, if we didn't catch the near miss, it would turn into an occurrence. A hazard, similarly related, is a condition, object or activity with the potential to cause injury, damage or reduce safety. And then finally, a health and safety report is really anything else. So anything that risks people's health or physical safety that are not directly related to aircraft operational safety. So at VNE, we feel really strongly and supportive of a just, supportive culture when reporting incidents and safety and highlighting safety issues. There's quite a few definitions out there of what a just culture is, but this is what our take is. So we encourage a culture that balances accountability with learning, where individuals aren't punished for honest errors, but are held responsible for reckless acts. We encourage open reporting of mistakes to improve systematic safety rather than assigning blame. So in a nutshell, we're all human and we will all make mistakes. And if you're in aviation long enough, you will absolutely make a mistake at some point. And what we want to encourage at VNE is we put our hands up when we make a mistake and we share it with others. And there's no judgment, but by sharing that, we're then able to learn from that and hopefully prevent others from making the same mistake. So it's absolutely about learning rather than assigning blame to people. Clearly, if you have carry out something that's reckless or dangerous and you do that intentionally, then equally we have a responsibility to investigate that and deal with that accordingly. So we've made the reporting system as straightforward as possible, hopefully, at VNE. So there's a couple of easy ways that you can submit a report. So there's a number of posters around the school. And using any mobile phone or device, you can scan the QR code and it'll take you direct to the interface to submit a report. Equally, you can use this URL, so app.vneaviation.uk/safety, and it'll take you through to a form, an online form where you can submit the details. So the start of the form asks for your personal details, so your name, telephone number and your email address. And so if you could complete that, that'll allow us to investigate things nice and quickly. However, if you observe something that you think is a potential hazard or you've been involved in something and you don't feel that you can put your name to that, we would still encourage you to report that, and you can submit that anonymously, and that will enable us to investigate anything that has arisen. It then asks you to click what type of report it is. So there is a little bit of overlap, arguably, with some of the reports. So if you're not sure which one to click on, then don't worry, just click that unsure box. But if you're sure it's an occurrence or a near miss or a hazard or health and safety, then click on that. And it just helps the system to allocate who to investigate it. But it's really not a huge drama if you're unsure which type of report you're submitting. The important bit is that you're submitting it. We then ask you to put the time of the and date of the incident, and then complete as much detail as you can in the description. So when you're completing the description, just use normal language and give as much detail as you can. Don't worry about technical information, and just give a chronological description of what happened step by step. If something's happened afterwards, so maybe you've discussed it with an instructor or you've informed ATC, again, if you could add that into this description, it will then allow us to look into this a little bit more and investigate it fully. So the first time you complete one of these, you may feel a little bit daunted about that. And if you're unsure, then again, as ever, if you speak to one of the instructors or somebody in the ops team, they'll help you to complete it. But really, there's no wrong way of completing these. Just put it in much detail as you can in simple language, and we will take it from there. If you've got any images, then please upload these as well. So people often say pictures speak 1,000 words, and they can at times. They can be really, really helpful. What I would say is don't race to take images of something if it's going to cause any further hazard or make any situation worse. So in the air, it can be a little bit more challenging to do that. If you've got somebody sat next to you, then one of you may take a photograph if it's safe to do that. But please, if you're in the air, flying the aeroplane and being safe is way, way more important. So it's really, really don't do this unless it's 100% safe to do. If you're on the ground and maybe you see a hazard, something leaking or something that may be a trip hazard, or if you've had an incident such as, I don't know, something like a bird strike or there's been some damage to the aeroplane, if you can take some images at that point, when it's nice and safe to do so on the ground, then please do so and upload those onto the form for us. Then just a simple tick the box to say you're not a robot and then submit the report. So then what happens next? So depending on what type of report it is and what occurred, then there may be several different things that will happen here. All of them will be investigated thoroughly, so we can assure you of that. So whether it's something really, really quite minor, or something that's really quite serious, that they will all be given attention, investigated properly, and where we can, we'll put things in place to mitigate them happening again in future. If you have an occurrence, which is something that requires a mandatory report to the CAA, again, we can help you complete that. We may need to speak to ATC. If you have something like a bird strike, then again, there's paperwork to complete to upload that. So don't worry about any of that. Just submit the report. It'd be really helpful if you could let somebody know that you've submitted the report to give them a heads up. But as soon as you complete this, we do get alerted in the safety team, and somebody will be allocated to look at this as soon as possible. What I will say, just to go back to what I said right at the beginning, no matter what's happened, please report it. If it's something serious, then that's what we're here for. We're here to support you, and we will go through the process in dealing with that. If it's something more that you feel is more minor, as I say, that's still equally important to us as an organisation, because it will help us to stop it happening again in future. So please report everything and anything, and you will never ever be criticised for reporting something, no matter how large or how minor, and help us to maintain that just culture, help us all to learn, and hopefully prevent any incidents happening in the future. So thanks for your time. If you have any questions whatsoever about this, please get in touch with an instructor or somebody in the ops team, and we'll happily chat you through this process. And what we'll do periodically is share the incidents that have happened and the learning that's occurred from them. So all of us as part of the school and the family of VNE can all learn together.